Alright, now we're going to look at the dictionary operations. So we've already seen if we just declare a dictionary. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 key value pairs, and we print it. We'll just get those. And again, notice here they did not print in the order they were given, but I believe when I go to do it, so here I've got that same statement, run that cell, and it goes apples, bananas, oranges, and pears. So mine is actually printing in the same order that I happen to create the dictionary, but it doesn't have to do that. Okay, now I won't, I'm not following the order they have here, but I'm hitting all of these items that they have here. So the first is if I want the length of the inventory dictionary. So if I want the length of the dictionary, that length will be the number of key value pairs. So we have 4 here, so if I run this again I should get a 4, and I do, so there's 4. Other operations we can do, we can reset a value. So if I say inventory pairs, it was at 217, but if I set it equal to 0, that's what we'll get now. So if I run this again, we see that pairs now has a value of 0, but I can augment that value simply by in this case adding to it. These are numbers, so I'm just going to add to that. Now I haven't tried something like this if these are strings in here. Maybe we'll have to try that. Try doing something with a string. We can do that with our English to Spanish. We'll see what happens here. So I hadn't thought about trying to do that. So here we've added the 200. So it was at 0. Now I've taken the value here and then added 200 to it, and so let's run that and we should get a 200 now. So there we go, we have 200 for pairs, but I can just downright delete that entry. In that case, so here I set it to 0 because maybe I wanted to use it some more, but as they say in their discussion up there in the text, oh, maybe these are inventories, it says inventory, and all the pairs were sold, so that it went down to 0. But now you got a new shipment in, and so whatever it was, we got a shipment of 200, so we added that to it. But maybe we aren't going to sell pairs anymore, and so we'll just delete that. And if we do that, then you see it's not there anymore. But remember that if we simply say, I'm going to take this inventory, say that was a mistake, and we say, oh wait, no, actually we have that, we still have that 217 there, so we might as well sell them and keep them in the inventory. Then you see, again, I don't have to do anything special. It will just add that pairs back in because it's no longer there, and if I run that, I'm back to the pairs in 217. Okay, so you don't have to do anything special to add more key value pairs other than just say I want to add this key and value pair. Okay, so let's go back to this. I'll just do it up here, I guess, where I have this. So I was able to add to it let's try something like that here. So we have, I'm going to take my English to Spanish, and let's do something with 3. So TREE, and I'm going to say plus equals. Again, that's just the idea of equals and then adding itself to it. So I'll do that. And let's say I just toss in here a string, and I don't know, let's I'll just do tray, so it says tray. I don't know why you would do that particular thing for this, but certainly it could be that you have some key value pairs with strings and you've decided to add a title like Mr. or Mrs. or something like that to them. So let's see if this works. It may give me an error. I haven't tried it. Oh, I didn't print, so it didn't give me an error. So I'm guessing it's going to print just fine. It's going to say tray for 3. And there it does. So now if I instead, now this is the plus equals, let's see, I think the equals plus operand is to do the tray first. Now we would never be able to tell if this was, so I'm going to just do it as TR. And so if I did this, you know, it's kind of like down here with the inventory plus 200, except I'm doing 200 plus the inventory. Well, with numbers it doesn't matter what order I do, but here with strings it does. And so instead of tray TR, I should get TR tray here. Oh, it did not like that. Maybe it won't do that particular operand. Let me try this the long way here, and we'll see if I can do it in this direction. English to Spanish. And there it did it just fine. So it didn't, maybe I got that operation, that operand equals plus wrong. I think that's in Python, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's in, you know, it's in something like C, but maybe it wasn't in this. But so if I do it in this order, you see it goes TR tray. If I did it in the other order, so let's just do it in both. Okay, and actually I need to set it. I want to set it back to what it was, English to Spanish. 3 equals trace. But now I'll do the TR here. And so we should get slightly different looking items. See, TR trace and then trace TR. So we could do either one. Now, why might I do this? Well, suppose I want titles like, how about doctor? You know, So I decide I want titles on this, so it should say Dr. Trace instead of just Trace, and sure enough, see, now we have Dr. Trace. So this would be a convenient way that if I had say a bunch of key value pairs and this value was say a name, something like that, and I decided, oh, I want to add titles to those names, then I could add titles this way. You know, I could do a sir if they're knighted, or a lady, I guess, if they're knighted, and a female. I went with doctor because it's not gender specific. But there we go. So there are the different operations, and I hit them all that were in here, and so we'll call that done and go on to methods.